Another thing that she discusses in the book is what many of us know and what we have discussed in class before, is that addiction to anything is not just to one certain type of person, as is treatment is not a one-all fix-all kind of aspect, and then it varies in such a capacity that also makes it difficult for society to keep up with everything, because things are constantly changing, and things are constantly being updated when it comes to the drugs of choice. But when it comes to the need for addiction, it needs to be evidence-based. So, or, you know, even medical treatments need to have, you know, clinical trials and everything else. And it's that time and that period that kind of takes before treatment in any form kind of catches up to the drug in and of itself. She does discuss that in her research, she has found that many young people who have opiate or heroin addictions generally tend to actually outgrow the addiction without treatment. She, of course, has that research. She, of course, has done that research. Not necessarily sure that I completely agree with that being something that's totally and completely understood, although that is an interesting aspect. You know, but that many young people who start with a heroin addiction or develop a heroin addiction can then end up growing out of it as they mature, if you will. Sorry about the dogs. It's actually a dog and cat. So, you know, that's definitely an aspect that I find very interesting. With regards to, you know, how it would be that this book, you know, would be something that I could utilize knowledge-wise in my future practice, it just goes to reiterate what we've talked about many times before in this class, that you need to be open to different types of treatment for different types of people. You know, there are how many people that are addicted to drugs, so that is how many types of treatment you need to make sure that you have. You know, luckily we're not at the point where literally it's like you can only use one type of treatment per person and then that's it, you've used your allowance. And having all of those varying types of treatment would be tedious and difficult. But you need to be able to look at you know, one form of treatment and say this is great, look at another form of treatment and say this is pretty good too. You know, this one has 90%, this one's got 10%. You know, if only I could take the 10% from B and plug it into A and do it. You know, it's something that you just need to keep in mind, that you need to be able to utilize different variations of many types of treatment with every single person, because every single person is different. I do that with my clientele in my program. You know, there are many of them who see me in a different way than others see me with how I react to them, and it's just because that's that kind of, you know, maybe some of them need a harsher individual to kind of keep them in track. Maybe some of them need somebody that's a little bit softer and that's going to kind of help them through. You know, sometimes these people, especially my young people, they need somebody to say, okay, so when I see you in 5 days, I need this, and I need this, and I need this. And we just need to be prepared to help, you know, a different variation of all kinds of people, as long as those individuals put forth the effort to try and get that help as well.